How involved do you think that Kamala Harris is in the weaponized misdemeanor trial of Donald Trump in New York City? It's hard to imagine for me. I can't imagine that she's actually capable of accomplishing anything, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe she found her calling. Like I said, I don't actually believe it's possible, but Anna Paulina Luna, who is, by the way, a legitimate badass who I think is single-handedly going to destroy Merrick Garland. But that's a topic for a different video. I'm working on that one. In this one, she says there is a pretty disturbing connection between Kamala Harris and Alvin Bragg's soon-to-be acquittal of Donald Trump.
You know, interestingly enough, when Cohen started to be asked on whether or not he thought that New York had a corrupt judicial system, he actually had his own quotes used against him. And Judge Michonne actually was sitting there uncomfortably moving in his seat. You know, Jesse, we found out just today, just to put it in perspective, about how swampy, how stacked against the odd, how corrupt this entire Biden trial is, because that's really what it is. We found out that Representative Goldman, who actually sits with me on House Oversight as a Democrat, not only prepared Cohen for the testimony today, but he's also a client of the judge's daughter at the same firm that fundraises for Kamala Harris. So when I say that this is incestual, and when I say that we are exposing them for everything that they are, which is a complete sham, I mean it. And that although the president may not be able to speak on behalf of this trial, I can. And what I can tell the American people is the president is in fighting spirits. He knows that he's going to win. The jurors sat there and shook their heads every single time, all 4 times that Cohen admitted that he lied to members of Congress. So to put it in perspective, I think that their trial is falling apart again.
So I guess she's not exactly directing it. And I have to be honest, I'm a little disappointed. I would have actually been impressed if she could accomplish something. I mean, anything at all. I mean, but she is connected through the judge's activist fundraising daughter, which what a sham, what a scam that is. The judge's daughter is a high-powered Democrat operative. And this guy did not recuse himself. And people weren't pounding the drum of recusal. And that just blows my mind. I mean, if it got to an appeal, I don't think it will, but that would be something that would help. But the congresswoman says he looks uncomfortable as they talk about these things. I bet he is. He should be. I hope that he is. But I mean, how amazing would it be to actually see this nonsense live? I wish they had cameras. I'm sure that every single swamp rat Democrat is happy that New York does not allow cameras in the courtroom. But I'm sure the jury is shaking their heads, like she said. I mean, they have to be wondering this many weeks into this adventure, what in the hell are they even doing there? It sounds like they picked a pretty intelligent pool of jurors, but even they have to be wondering, like, what is the crime?
So the jury's shaking their head, and even the judge, you say, was shifting in his seat because they played some sound of Cohen trashing judges, trashing the New York judicial system, and the judge is sitting right there?
Correct. In fact, he got uncomfortable. You could see his body language shifting. And really, you saw the juror's face and realizing that, look, if Cohen is saying this, who's a known liar, what we can tell you is it's not by any chance or circumstance that this same judge, Judge Mahan, is also overseeing the Steve Bannon trial. I mean, look how many judges they have that are sitting on the bench, and all of a sudden this judge just so happens to take all of these cases tied to Trump. It's a sham, but what I am happy to say is that the media is forced to cover this. The president has a great team representing him, and members of Congress aren't just going to sit by and let them lie about the president. They try to control the narratives. They're trying to keep cameras out there or out of the courtroom so that the American people don't see what's happening, but we're going to share those facts with you guys.
It's good that you guys showed up. I expected more members of Congress, members of the Senate maybe, to show up.
It's a pretty interesting play to have so many vocal members of Congress actually show up in Manhattan, but they shouldn't have to. You know, not a lot of people realize this, but they've closed the streets anywhere near the courthouse. Basically, media and courtroom personnel and jurors for other cases are the only people that can get anywhere near that building. And I promise you, it is not the anti-Trump demonstrations that they were worried about. That is not what they're trying to keep away. You know, what I'd like to see a large, peaceful, pro-Trump, pro-justice demonstration as close to the courthouse as they can get, and just make the media cover it. Make the media show the world how upset everybody is. But that's just my take, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't already, be a part of our growth. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next one.